Hey guys, we're back with another video of our Everything app series. In this video, we'll be making an AI image generation service using Nano from Google and also Vercel AI SDK to our Everything app. And I'll be explaining to you guys how I did it using AI code, that is using Codex and also Codespace, and how I did all the planning and implementation. It will be using my usual workflow, which is how I build all my apps. So it'll be demonstrating a real-world scenario on how I develop features and products. In addition of using Vercel and Nano, I will be saving everything, all the images to an object storage service called MinIO. If you guys didn't know, MinIO is an AWS S3 alternative and it is S3 API compatible. So we're able to use the same API as we would do with S3. And also it is self-hostable, so we can just host it anywhere on our own VPS. And then, of course, I'm going to be showing everything on our app, on the Everything app that is running on Next.js. As you can see, this is the landing page, and then we'll be also creating the new service inside the actual app itself. Just a brief summary, the Everything app will be an app where we have access to all the AI functions, all the AI models for a cheaper price, and you can even bring your own key. It is an open source project that we're building, and we're going to be using it on our team to save us more than $300 on all our subscriptions and API usage. My typical workflow consists of doing a lot of planning at the start of any feature or any product. And I have done that with Codespace. This is our own product where you can try that for free. It's in the description below. And what it essentially does is just you write your prompt and then it will generate a full-on tech spec and docs and also tasks for your feature or product. And I've done that already. You can access your recent projects here. And you can see these are all the tasks that we've made so far in the series. And this is the last one I just made, which is the image generation chat page. As you can see, the tech spec was already made here, and the initial prompt for this was this one. And also, yep, this is just everything included in the tech spec that was generated based on that original prompt. And then from this tech spec, it has generated this list of tasks that is very specific to what I have mentioned from my original prompt and also the tech spec. And also, since I am using Codespace agents, it did generate and execute the code using my model of choice was Sonnet 4.5, but you can do auto mode and that is going to be free. So yeah, this is just some of the logs that it generated from the run of the logs that when it ran all the tasks. And now it has opened up a PR, which I have pulled to my local machine, and currently it is in my local directory right here. So I've already pulled the changes for the Everything app to my local directory because it has already been pushed by Codespace. And if you can see here, this is the latest branch, and I have done some edits because when I merged it, there was some conflict errors. So there was some merge conflicts. So I just resolved it with Claude code. Now it is fixed, and I have ran MinIO, which is an open source alternative to AWS SDK where you can store objects inside of it. And yeah, here's just a test I did, and this is how it looks, the dashboard, which is really nice. It's running on a Docker image. It's running on a Docker container, and everything is in this setup that I have pushed also to the GitHub, so you can check out. Now for the stack, since I am using Drizzle, I did already push all the database changes, and you can see them in local.drizzle.studio. You can see it here, and I just added a generated images table and also did some edits on the AI usage one. So it supports image generation. If you want to use the same tech stack, you can do so by going to CodeGuide Starter Full Stack. It's in the description below also. It is free. You can just create a new template and create your own project from it. I have already ran the Next.js 15 development server, and I did some tests on it, and let me just show you what it looks like right now. So this is the current dashboard. It already has all the functions we've implemented on the previous episodes, and also the AI chat is still here. And we have added a new page, which is AI image generation, which we will be working on today. I have already done, because this is all from Codespace, it has already set up pretty much everything in regards to the backend functions of the image generation using Nano. But there are some UI issues that I will show you. So let me just demonstrate how it is working right now. Okay, just to show you guys the issues that I'm currently facing, let's just generate a basic image using this prompt. So as you can see, the image was successfully generated right here. It did return the image. It is also saved to the MinIO storage service, and you can also see the preview right here by pressing preview, which you can see. This is the Nano prompt that I gave. It generated this image, but the main issue is that there is this big error, which means that it wasn't able to show the image, which is a quick fix because it's a Next.js error. It's just, you have to set up the config to add this domain. So let me just do that real quick. I'll be using Codex for this, and I will also be adding several other features on the UI with Codex. So I'll do so with my typical workflow with Codex, that is doing planning first and then using a different model, which is GPT-5 Codex on Medium to run all the code executions. So let's just do a quick fix with this now. For quick fixes, I just use a lighter model, which is the Codex Medium. And then I just paste in this for it to fix. And let's just let that run. So Codex fixed the errors. Let's try it out again by just writing a quick prompt. Let's see if this works. It's generating. All right, you can see it has generated the image, and also you can download it. That's pretty much it for the UI. So yeah, it is very bare bone. Like I just added the backend and then like a basic generation and also the saving in the backend in regards to the AI usage and also the image in MinIO. As you can see here, let me just refresh. There we go. I generated some more. You can see all the images are being saved properly. So now I do want to execute some changes on the front end in the UI. For example, like seeing the chat sessions and also just having a better layout to see, and also for the preview. I'm going to be using Codex GPT-5 High for the planning, and then execution wise, I'm going to use GPT-5 Codex Medium. So let me just write a prompt to plan out everything with GPT-5 High. I did a little bit of chatting with Codex on the GPT-5 High model. And yes, you can see here, I am using GPT-5 High model, and I did a little bit of chatting with it. Now it has generated a file, which is the planning or implementation plan for that set of features that I have mentioned to it. Now it generated this whole plan, which is really nice, which is what I wanted. It explained the summary and then the user story and everything else about it, like the database schema and the API design, even the UI UX side of things, which mentions like the pages and how the user interacts with each components. And it is really nice. So I am going to start working on this. And to do that, I just switched the model to GPT-5 Codex Medium, because in my experience, it is the best for executing code, especially if you have already a predetermined plan like this, and also the set of phases and tasks if available. So now to execute the task or the plan, I just mentioned the file itself. So I will say start working on, and I mentioned the file, which is here, and we just press enter and then just wait until it finishes, and then we can test it out and iterate from there. Codex finally finished implementing all the plan. And as you can see, I ran it through GPT-5 Codex with the plan that was generated from GPT-5 High. And this was the result. It went through all this planning and it took a while. It even used up most of my usage for this 5 hour. As you can see, it went up. It nearly reached my 5 hour limit, which is fine. It'll just reset soon. And let's see how it looks like. I did do several other prompts because there were some small errors and UI, inconsistencies. So I tried it out. I generated this. It was good. I made this image and I was able to make changes to the image, as you can see, because it has my previous sessions. This was the original one, and then these were the errors that it created. And then finally, this is the latest iteration. It was able to generate a new image. So that's really good. And it just made addition to what I asked it to, which is just add the wheels on it. So let's just do a new session and see how the flow is. Also, it does now have this setting dialog. It is just using one model right now, but yeah, later on, if there are newer models, of course, we can add it here because that's the whole point of this app. So let's just try a new prompt. Let's make a flying motorbike this time. Let's just make a blue one. And then we can just press that and then it should generate. And then later on, we can try creating other versions of it. Okay, that looks good. It didn't take too long. Of course, it's using Nano Banana. And let's check if it is saved to the MinIO instance that is self-hosted on our local machine. As you can see, it is. And now it has new folders, which is nice. And it is having these sessions because now we can have multiple images in one session, right? So it makes sense to make it into a folder, which is great. And yeah, if you don't know, I am self-hosting it via a Docker image. Sorry, a Docker compose file. We should combine this later on, but it's fine now. So we have this YAML file. It is just running the MinIO instance from MinIO. And it is when you run the Docker compose up MinIO, it will just just run this container and self-host it on our local machine. And we have everything set up for the .env. You can just copy it from the .env.example over here and it'll just work. And as for the storage SDK, it is just using typical S3. because it is S3 compatible. That's what I like about MinIO. So yep, that's good. Yeah, so this is how the SDK works on the servers, and yeah, I'm just connecting to the local instance and it's doing everything here. So you can check that out in the description below on our source code. And yep, that's everything. It's working great. It's very consistent. And let's see if we can do another prompt to make changes to the current image. Okay, let's just do this simple prompt and see what that does, because I'm also interested. And oh, this is nice. So it shows some metrics in regards to the duration it took to generate the images. That's nice. So yeah, this one's taking a bit longer. Okay, it just removed the person. That's really good. And you can go back to that previous iteration. There we go. Working great. So that's it for the video. So everything worked very well, better than I expected. I used the typical workflow I usually use, which is spec-driven development, where I created the tech spec first and all the planning at the start to create this whole feature. And of course, this is what we made. We used Vercel AI SDK with Nano Banana from Google, which is integrated with Vercel SDK, Vercel AI SDK, which is what I like about the AI SDK. And it generated an image, and then it was saved using MinIO, which is an object storage similar to S3, but you can self-host it, and it is open source, so it is free. You can set up anywhere you want, and it is also S3 compatible, so that's really good. And of course, we're using our app that is run on the CodeGuide Starter Full Stack Starter Kit, and we use Codespace to plan everything out, and then on the local machine, we use Codex to make this whole plan to extend the features, add the additional UI, and also the backend routes and database changes. After that, we use GPT-5 Codex on Medium to run all the code. So this is the result, and I am very happy with it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a like. And if you have any feedback or questions, just leave them in the comments below. Everything we use in this video is in the description. And also, if you want to discuss with us, we have a Discord channel. You can join it for free in our link below. Thank you.